Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Shayla if this is your first time here. So in today's video, we are doing a Q&A. So on Insta Stories, I asked you guys to ask me anything, and let me just say that the questions were getting real personal. I was like, well, damn. Like, people were asking how much my house cost, how much the down payment was, and I'm just like, I don't even think my family asked me how much the house was. I'm sure they figured it out, but you know what I mean? Like, certain questions I'm like, yeah, we're not gonna answer those today. But I just wanna like jump right into the questions. One of the reasons I wanted to do this video is because I feel like since I started keto, my transformation has been like pretty significant, and a lot of change has just happened. Like this year, like my weight loss journey, fitness, buying a house, so there's just a lot going on, and I was like, let me just answer everyone's questions in one video, you know? Well, as many questions as possible, so let's just jump right into it. All right, this is kind of like a statement, but I know what she's trying to say. Addressing online feuds, rumors about you. None come to mind, but if there are any, how do you deal with it? I added the how do you deal with it, she didn't say that. So, I mean, I've had a couple online feuds, and everyone knows about it, but you just don't address it, you know? Like, first off, I'm too busy, okay? Like, I'm very busy. Mariah Carey moment, I'm very busy. I do not have time, okay? Like, I really don't. Like, I have so much to do that if, you know, there were rumors swirling about me, or if there was a feud happening, like, I just wouldn't address it because I'm very busy, honey. Okay. On keto, do you eat extra carbs because you work out? No. Okay, carbs have to be very minimal, and the only carbs I do eat are from vegetables, so no carbs at all, no bread, no pasta, no rice, no wheat, no whey, none of that. You can't have that on keto, and that's what kind of keeps you snatched, if you will. Okay, another keto related question. Are you currently still doing only 2 meals a day? Do you end your fast at 4 p.m., eat at 10 a.m.? So basically, after I'm done eating, like everything's swallowed, that's when my fasting starts. Typically it's 4 o'clock. Like right now, it's later in the day and I should be eating now, but I'm gonna wait until after I'm done. So I'll start my fast from that point, which will probably be like 5 o'clock. And I'll just count 16 hours. But most of the time on average, I end up eating like 10:30, 11 my first meal. So I'll start my fast at like 4:30, and then the next day I'll work out. And I'm usually like not even hungry until like 10:30, 11. You know, if I feel hungry, I'll eat right at the 16-hour mark. But if I'm not hungry, like I'll wait, you know, until I feel hungry. I know so many fasting questions. So the first week of fasting for me was kind of like okay. You know, I was fine. The second week is where I was like, oh my God, this is so hard because you're breaking a habit, right? So I'm used to eating like 7 p.m. or late or whenever I want, and to like put that restriction on yourself, it does take a while to kind of break the habit. And then with less not fasting, I was just like, oh, I'm hungry. Like I would smell his food. I'm like, oh. But once you kind of get through that, it was like a week long of me just feeling like, do I still want to fast, you know? But once I got through that, I was like, dang, like I am so much more in control of my body. And I feel like when you're eating the right amount of food and your body's getting the right nutrients, like you're not really going to have cravings or be hungry. Like I don't really get cravings anymore. And before I would get like sweet cravings and whatnot. I don't, none of that. Like, listen, do your research on fasting, on intermittent fasting. It's so good. It's so bomb. Like, I love it. I love it. And it keeps your stomach on flat. All right, what are your favorite home decor stores to shop at, and why the black and white theme? So in my apartment, it was like super colorful. Like my bedroom was yellow, gray, and white. My couch at one point had a purple couch. My dining room table chairs were light purple. Like I went through a colorful phase, and then when I started just like researching different houses, looking on Pinterest, looking on Instagram, like I just fell in love with the white and black look, and I just knew I wanted my islands to be black, and I was like, okay, let's just go with this throughout the entire house. And I feel like when you have a black and white house, it's easy to add color with like pillows, throws, like there's different ways to add color if I do get bored. Even with flowers, like I already have ideas like, ooh, like if I want color, I can just do colorful flowers and whatnot. So I just love black and white. I love it. Look at it, I'm wearing black and white right now. Finally, a makeup question. No, I don't mind answering regular questions like at all. What's your favorite drugstore foundation? Maybelline, Superstay Stick Foundation. Let me make sure I'm like, yeah, and I like it better than the liquid. The Maybelline Superstay Stick is by far like my favorite. When I want full coverage, I'll do the Superstay Liquid, but hands down, favorite drugstore foundation. Ooh, this is a good one. I get asked this like almost every single day. How do you keep yourself motivated and positive? Okay, let's start with the motivation. You know, when Les and I started dating, we were eating a lot. He eats a lot of food, and I was trying to keep up with him. I'm not blaming him, but I'm just saying, I was like very happy just living my best life. And when I put on the weight, I was like, I didn't like how I felt. I didn't like how I looked. I didn't feel confident. And so, you know, I was like, I need to get back to myself. And that's when I started keto. And I think just constantly knowing that I can fall off if I'm not taking care of my body. I think that motivates me to stay in shape and to be healthy. Plus, it's like, I want to look at myself and be like, oh, wow, like you look really good. And just that thought keeps me motivated. And as far as keto, I mean, I just want my body to work a lot more efficiently. And I feel like I just feel my best. Like the past 6 months, 7 months since I've been on keto, I felt my best. And this feeling, it's kind of like what motivates me, you know, and keeps me going. It's like, do you want to continue to feel like this? Okay, so this is what you need to do, you know? So that kind of keeps me motivated. Ooh, and positive. I think when you have, you know, positive people around you who are doing great things in their careers and their personal life, and they're busy, there's no drama, I feel like that kind of just helps you stay positive. You know, like it helps you stay happy, it helps you stay positive. Like if there's any sign of drama in my life or negative, bad energy, I just avoid it. I'm like, nope, that's not today, Satan. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I'm happy. You know, I'm in an amazing relationship, and I just feel happy. And when I think about anything negative, I'm like, it's not worth my time, you know? Like, you just have to kind of like stay focused and not fall into the negative trap, if you will. Okay, another keto question. So many keto questions. How do you stay motivated to eat keto while Les can have whatever he wants? So during the week, I meal prep for both me and Les. So during the week, he pretty much is keto, like he doesn't do carbs. And he only eats meat and veggies and fat, like, you know, pretty much how I eat. And then on the weekends when we go out to eat, that's when he kind of splurges. And I think what keeps me away from eating like him is knowing that my body is different, and if I eat the way Les eats, I will gain weight. Okay, the proof is in the past, honey. I will get larger than I want to be. All right, weight loss goal for 2019. So I wouldn't say I'm trying to lose weight. If I lost like 4 pounds, I'd probably be fine. But I'm more so trying to just tighten and tone because I like how my body looks defined. Like my arms lately, I'm like, oh, my arms are getting a little defined. And then my stomach, I'm like, oh, stomach's getting a little flat. So my focus is really just to tighten up, tone, and look amazing in a bikini. Like I'm always gonna be thick. So before some of y'all, don't get too skinny. Listen, I'm thick. Like I've been thick my whole life. It would be very hard for me to get like thin. Okay, like I'm always gonna be a thick girl. I love being a thick girl, a thick woman. So I just wanna tone up, you know, tone and tighten. Ooh, this is a good one. Another keto question. Any tips for someone who's hit a plateau while on the keto diet? So the first 3 months of the diet, the first 3 months I lost 12 pounds and I couldn't get past that 12-pound mark. And so I was like, dang, like this is definitely a plateau. So I started making adjustments. So I changed my food size. I started eating smaller portions and I stopped snacking. So it's like you have to make adjustments and make like real changes, because if you keep doing the same thing, like you're not going to get results. So lower your portion size. Don't snack, because snacking, listen, if you snack all day, all that snacking could end up being like 1,000 calories, you know, especially if it's like nuts, even if it's healthy snacking, like it adds up. So I try not to snack. And I changed up my workout. I started running more. That really helped kind of break a plateau that like shocks your body. And I'm always just switching it up, you know, especially if I get bored. The past 2 months I've been running a lot, and now I'm slowing down the running. I'm lifting more. So you have to constantly like switch it up, you know what I'm saying? Make real changes. Did you reach your goal weight? Yes, I did. And it's funny, now that I'm here, I'm like, maybe a couple more pounds here. Yeah, so I wanted to be at the weight I am now. And now that I'm here, I definitely you know, want to just tighten up some more. And yeah, so 25 pounds, you guys. Like it probably was more than 25 pounds because when I got really thick, I refused to weigh myself. Like I weighed myself once, and when I saw the scale, I was like, oh, like I wanted to cry because I was like, I couldn't believe like I let myself go. So I'm sure from that point, I probably gained a couple more pounds. So it's like 25 pounds. It's a lot, girl. Okay, it's a lot. This is a good question. So how do you restart and reboot or just get out of a funk? So a lot of times, especially when it comes to filming content and maybe you see someone else doing something and you're like, dang, I feel like I'm not doing enough. You kind of get stuck in a funk. For YouTube, you know, it's like we measure a lot of our success based on views. And sometimes if you're not getting the views that you expect or you thought you'd get, sometimes it can make you feel like, dang, like nobody like wants to watch my videos. It can make you very discouraged. So what I've learned is that, you know, YouTube and any career is always like up and down like this. So like if you feel like you're down or you're not at the top of your game, just know that if you're down, that means you're only going up, you know? And that wave is just natural, I think, with any career. If I ever feel discouraged, I just push through it. I just keep going. I just never stop, basically. Like, don't ever stop, okay? That's when people fail, is when they stop. Ooh, what was the best part of 2018? Buying the house, preparing to buy the house, because I pretty much was like on a savings plan for a year preparing for this, and just to say I'm a homeowner is such a, it's just an amazing feeling. It's a great thing. It's so much work, but that's definitely like the highlight and one of the best parts of 2018. I mean, my ColourPop collab was bomb too, but buying the house was like a dream, you know? When are we gonna get an updated house tour? So my first house tour, which is up, okay, it's on the tube, it's here, I'll link it below. I only showed a little bit, you know, because it's kind of like scary. I don't want everyone to see my entire house. I'm just paranoid a little bit, so I showed you just a little bit, but as soon as, I don't know, soon, you know, probably the beginning of January-ish, I will do another house tour because a lot of changes have happened. You know, I painted. It does look a lot different from the first time you guys saw it, so I will be doing an updated house tour, but the first one's still there. It's there. Ooh, what are your top 5 foundations to use? So right now, MAC Studio Fix Fluid. I stopped using MAC Studio Fix for a while, and now it's like back, and I'm like, why did I leave you behind? MAC Studio Fix Fluid, ColourPop Stick Foundation, Maybelline Stick Foundation, the Marc Jacobs Shameless Foundation. I like the Too Faced, I was about to say Better Than Sex, but that's the mascara. The Too Faced Foundation, Born This Way. So those are kind of like, I guess, top 5. Are your wigs sewn down or do you take them off at night? They are sewn down, honey. I can't have any like mishaps. I work out. I don't like to go to bed with like my cornrows out and then have to put a wig back on to work out and then take out. It's like too much. I'm like, I'm not trying to do all that. Like, sew it down and then I'll just switch it out every week or every other week, you know? And so usually when I sew it down, like I keep the same braid pattern because it's like I don't need to change my braid pattern every single time, and it's just faster that way, you know? Sew it down, come up, I'm not trying to, because someone will be hating and, you know, try and pull on my hair, try to pull my wig off. I can't have mistakes. It's just has to be sewn down. Do you use supplements on keto? If so, which ones would you recommend? Yes. So, when you start keto, your body starts to significantly change, and I recommend going to the doctor, figuring out like what you're deficient in. So for me, I take potassium, I take a multivitamin, I take enzymes, I take a probiotic, and I take vitamin B. Yeah, all those every day. And I just get them at Whole Foods. Like you can get vitamins at Whole Foods. If you go there, there's like a vitamin expert that can help you. But yeah, those are all the vitamins. And just every day, even if you're not on keto, you should take a multivitamin because we usually don't get enough in our food. Who is your favorite rap artist right now? I'm gonna say Cardi B and Nicki just to be messy. Okay, so I screenshotted like a list of questions because I'm like, there's just so many. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I wanted to like kind of briefly talk about a couple of these. Someone said, are you happy? Yes, I'm very happy. I feel like it shows. Like when someone's happy, I feel like they're working more efficiently and you could just tell, yes, I'm happy. Does boxing help with weight loss and do you see results quicker from it? So Okay, I'm starting to notice that a lot of people think that my workouts are the reason why I've lost weight. It's not. You guys, if you eat, okay, say I eat bad, if I go to the gym, it's not gonna burn it off. Like, it doesn't work that way, and I think people have kind of this misconception that, oh, if they eat bad, they'll go to the gym and it'll just come off. No. Like, the food you eat is about like 80% of how you look, okay? The other 30% is working out. I promise. Like, I promise. Because I feel like I don't even have to work out as hard as I used to, and my weight is down because I eat properly, you know, and I don't eat too late at night. Like, do not. If you are struggling with weight loss, or you're trying to lose weight, do not eat late. Like, if you eat and then go to sleep, your body kind of slows down, and diet is everything, folks. Diet is everything. Ooh, this is a good one. Any advice to your younger self? I would tell her to be patient. Be very patient. I'm not good at patience, and I would say be patient and continue to work hard, you know? Because when I was younger or before YouTube, I worked really hard. I always worked multiple jobs. I mean, like, I was working at Mac, I was in school, I was freelancing, I was really like on my grind. And so I would tell myself, just keep doing you and don't get discouraged and be patient. Any business, entrepreneurial advice for someone just starting out? I would say if you are truly passionate about something, don't give up on it ever. There's always gonna be like bumps in the road, there's always gonna be hard times, but if you truly are passionate, like, keep going and don't give up. That's the only thing. Like, and if you feel like you're in a rut, like, try and figure out a way to change that. Like, okay, say for instance you want to be a YouTuber, but you don't have a YouTube channel. First you need to start that, okay? And then to help promote your YouTube channel, you need to go on Instagram. You need to be very active on social media. So for me, I started YouTube and I was just filming on my phone. This was like years ago. And I think I uploaded like 6 videos and then I stopped because it wasn't like paying the bills. And I was freelancing at the time, so I stopped and I started freelancing. Then my Instagram picked up and I was like, okay, I need to do something else. Like, I need to do something. And so I was like, okay, I need to get back to YouTube. It's like constantly adding, changing, adapting. That's really good advice too. I'm like, that's actually really good advice. Constantly adapting, you know? Did you ever have any rude or ridiculous clients when you were working as a makeup artist? Yes. Like, yes. That's one of the reasons why I'm like, I don't like doing people's makeup. Like, people are crazy. And, you know, people have a lot of insecurities. And it's like, I'm not a therapist. I can't, like, you know, I can't. Like, I cannot. Like, I just want to come in. I want to do my job. I want to leave. Like, I don't want to deal with any of that. And, yeah, people are just crazy. Like, people are crazy. Oh, I can think of something. I had a client and she's crazy. I think she actually is crazy. But, she asked me to put, like, foundation in her, like, ass crack. And I was like, you know what? I mean, that's not rude. That's just kind of, like, crazy. And I was like, I can give you the brush and you can do it, you know? And I literally gave her the brush. I was like, just keep it. Like, I'm not about to put foundation in your ass crack, okay? Ooh, you're a good one. Do you and Les have each other's phone password? And do you think it's necessary to have? Yeah. He has my password. I have his. We have nothing to hide. If your man doesn't give you his password, it's because he's hiding something, okay? Like, why can't you go on the phone? Not that you would, but why can't you go on the phone, you know? Like, because he's hiding something. So yeah, absolutely. So say you need to use your man's phone, and if you're like, oh, what's the password? And he won't give it to you, child, he probably hiding something, okay? He probably hiding something, because even if there is something in his phone that maybe like, you're like, whoa, if you ask him about it, he should be able to answer it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, Les and I have each other's passwords. Like, he could go through my phone if he wanted. He never would, because like, we trust each other. But yeah, you should have your man's passcode, okay? Ooh, here's a good one. Pros and cons of owning a home versus renting. It's expensive. Renting is definitely like a little cheaper. Like, you have maintenance. Anytime there's an issue here, it's like Les has to fix it, you know? And if he can't fix it, the handyman has to fix it. You have to pay someone to fix it. You have to take out your own trash. I mean, I don't, Les does. Yeah, if something's wrong, it's like you have to hire someone to fix it. It's a lot of work, you guys. Like, it's worth it, but it's a lot of work. I got a lot of questions. I'm like looking through the questions right now. Someone said, isn't being a Virgo the best? It is. It's the best. A lot of people are asking me if I'm gonna get another dog, and Les and I have talked about it. Les wants a dog so bad, but you know, I told him, I said, we need to get married first. Like, you know, we need to get married first, and we just need to be in a place where we can have somebody come to the house and watch the dog when we travel. So those are like the two biggest things that kind of need to happen. Wedding ring. Wait, that's my right hand. This is hard using this finger. Ooh, okay. All right, this is a good one. What's your tip for being confident? Love you. So I think once you kind of accept the things about you that you can't change, that makes you confident. So for instance, I used to be super insecure about the stretch marks on my boobs, okay? And people would always like make comments about it. And I was just like, you know what? I can't, like, I literally cannot change this. They're always gonna be there. And once you kind of accept it and just like are okay with it, I feel like that kind of makes you more confident because, you know, it's just like acceptance makes you confident. I'll just say that much. Have you and Les talked about marriage? Yeah, we talk about it all the time. It's something that both of us want, and I think people put so much pressure on marriage, like it's just easy and you should just jump into it. It's like you shouldn't just get married because oh, you guys are so cute together, you should get married. It's like there's more to it than that. It's like this is a person you're gonna spend the rest of your life with, so you need to make sure that you guys are communicating, that you guys are 100% on the same page. And I just think like there shouldn't be a rush to get married. You know, Les and I are gonna get married, it's gonna happen. But it's kind of like we're taking our time, you know? Can you share some of your biggest lessons and blessings you've had in 2018? I feel like this house is definitely a blessing. You know, the discipline it took to get this house, the hard work it took, that's definitely a blessing. And a lesson would be just minding your own business, you know? I feel like the past year, 2 years, I've really learned that I like to mind my own business, you know? Not that I'm like, oh, you need to mind your business. I mean, you should, but it's like, I just have so much that I'm trying to accomplish in my life that I don't have time to be in someone else's business, honey. Like, you know, I mind my business, I work hard, I play hard, and I'm just trying to live my best life. I don't know if you noticed, like, I feel like I'm very much just drama free. You know, there's no drama. And if there's anything that ever comes close to being drama, I'm like, you know what, I'm out, like, I'm busy, like, I don't have time, like, your girl is busy, okay? Ooh, favorite cheat meal. So I don't cheat on keto, but say I go to a restaurant and I get wings, because you could have wings, like buffalo wings, and most of the time there's no sugar in there because it's like cayenne pepper, hot sauce. Like buffalo wings are just like hot sauce, basically, and cayenne pepper. But sometimes I'll order wings and I'm like, I feel like there could be a little bit of sugar, and that's kind of cheating. So cheating for me would be like eating foods that I actually can have on keto, but maybe the sauce has a little bit of sugar or something, you know? That's cheating for me. Ooh, okay, last question, and I think this is a good one. What's the biggest hashtag canceled this year in general, not only in the beauty community? Beauty brands that are not inclusive are canceled. Like, I don't know if you guys notice, I haven't been posting like a lot of brands, and that's because if they're not in line with, you know, how I feel, then I'm just not gonna wear them, I'm not gonna promote them. So that's like the biggest canceled of this year. Like certain brands, like if you're not supporting women of color, men and women of color, you're not supporting me, then I'm not gonna support you. Alright guys, that was it. I know I tried it. I think I answered like 30 questions, honestly. I zoomed through that. Hopefully I answered some of your questions. If not, leave a question in the comment and I'll be going through there answering them. I hope this kind of helped you guys get to know me a little bit better. And if you guys want to see like a Q&A part 2, let me know. Let me know. You know I listen to you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, comment below, and last but not least, strut and slay.